Sam Tobin, Sound of Joy Music Services. And for today, we're going to give some tips and techniques for our new musicians who are transferring over, or transitioning, I should say, over from keyboard or piano to the organ. We're going to give you some quick techniques that you can make you more comfortable as you just want to change our view here. This would be the normal view for, let me just change this, for looking at our organ. As you can see, we have the drawbars, which allow you to change the different electronic pipe tone settings. The middle is set for our foot pedals. If you had, and usually on your basic organ, you'll have 4 sets of drawbars and a way to access them through these buttons here on your, you see them lighting up, two presets. Here on the right, you have your set of percussion sounds. And on the left, you have your vibrato chorus wheel, which changes different inflections in the sound. Your vibrato great, vibrato swell, and your soft, loud setting. Let's change our look again. Oh, did want to leave out our Leslie switch right there. Let's change our setting. Okay, so for new musicians who are now find themselves in the position of playing the organ, optimal settings. I'm going to share some of the optimal starting settings you should have. This is one. If you look where it says upper, where you see it change where it says upper, that's a setting, that one setting you should use. Of course, you've got the expressor switch also, which adjusts the actual volume. As I say, when you hold a chord on an organ, it does not release until you do, so it'll be there, and as they say, indefinitely until you change it. You don't have to keep striking it. So that's one set of tones that you can use. You can switch over, as I like this setting also, which gives a little more meat to and which causes you now to have to switch over your finger placement to compensate for the additional heavier tone. And as I had said, that you generally play the organ the same way you would play the piano in your actual finger placement, except for now you've got foot pedals to be concerned with, which is a course in itself, and an expression pedal for adjusting your volume up and down. But as far as the notes go, the notes are always going to be the same. E flat is an E flat. In this case, F sharp is an F sharp. It's just how they're going to be sounding in a pipe setting. And of course, you can now change your drawbars once again to give you a more brasher sound. So off and so forth. And then of course you can switch back to a much softer tone. Let me see. And as we had said, the percussion sound gives you a little pop. We'll turn it on. We'll select normal, which is the like a softer setting for it. We'll select fast, and we'll select the third. So these are the things that, and not every organ that you come across is going to have percussions. Generally, your B3s will always have it. Your C3, if it's in a certain range, it might. If not, you can live without it because you can always adjust one of your drawbars here to mimic that sound. So you're not lost having that tone. It won't pop, but you can have that particular tone. And so the organ is it's an extension of you as the musician. Practice on it as much as you can to get comfortable. Just not learning how to move around the fingering, but also how the different tones will add to the flavor of what you're playing at that time. As I say, when you have preset settings, at least in a virtual world like this, it leaves you space to keep continue playing with both hands versus lifting one hand up to keep constantly switching the drawbar settings. But that's what you're going to find as a normalcy until you develop your own settings for playing the organ. And you make changes. If that's too strong for you, change your tone. Or change the volume of your percussion to soft. And of course, for those musicians who have the preacher that loves to hoop, all right, that should get musicians and younger ones started. We'll have more of these lessons up and in the future, and we thank you for spending some time with us today. Take care and be blessed.